Give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Always hated that song. Never did understand it. Mushy. That's what it is, mushy. Another day with nothing to show for it. You're a clever ghost, Mary Hallahan, but I'll find out your secret. All it takes is patience. I know you're here. I can sense your presence the way other folks can tell there's a storm brewing by their aches and pains. It's a feeling. It's a gift. And I've got that gift. Why don't you give me a hint, a sign, some little spirit work, hocus pocus that'll point me in the right direction?
You can say what you want, but I still think it's a stupid idea.
It's my idea, not yours. I'm the one who's going to do it, not you.
I still say it's stupid.
What could that be? Playing your tricks again, eh, Mary? You forget. I got a trick or two up my dirty sleeve.
Your main trouble, Ginny, is that you lack imagination.
You've got too much. Don't you need a key?
For this old door nonsense, one good push and it'll probably fall down. There, what I tell you. Time hasn't been too cruel. The walls are still standing. It's better than I hoped for. The old registration desk's still here. Imagine.
If this is what you hoped for, you didn't hope for much. Why wouldn't the registration desk be here? A hotel lobby is the logical place for it.
I thought someone might have torn it out.
What for?
Firewood, a garage sale, vandalism, who knows? Look, Ginny, the ledger.
Oh, how exciting. This isn't exactly my idea of a fun way to spend an afternoon. Are you really going to stay the night?
I most certainly am.
I hope no one hears of this crazy stunt. You've got enemies. A few people who wouldn't mind making you look like a fool.
Rubbish.
You didn't get to be the highest paid producer on television by being gentle, loving, and easy to get along with.
You've been nothing but critical and irritable for days. I can't imagine what's wrong.
You know what's wrong.
I do?
You're a genius at avoiding the issue.
What issue?
That idea I pitched about a new TV series.
Oh, that.
Yes, that.
Ginny, no one wants another series about the Old West. The trials and tribulations of a frontier family struggling against the odds of man versus nature. It's been done to death. Besides, I couldn't see it.
That's what you said about my proposed police series idea.
Old hash, Ginny, cops and robbers, bang, bang. The public isn't interested. Besides, when you pitched the idea, you gave it no vividness at all. Flat as a sticky pancake. I couldn't see it.
My idea about the all-female outer space cadet corps?
Ginny, you're the best assistant I've ever had. But let me do the producing. Your time will come, believe me.
When I'm old and gray, when my hearing's gone and my eyesight's dim.
You still need more time to get a feel of the industry.
Monica Sills sold an idea to CBS and she is 6 months younger than I am.
Monica is an exceptional case. Her idea was unique and showed promise.
I'd like to know what was so unique and promising about a talking dog. Some idea.
She was obviously able to pitch it so that the buyers could see it.
Gee, I wonder if the buyers paid her off dog biscuits. What did you say they called this? Cave?
The Inn of the Three Sisters. Isn't that poetic?
The name may be, but the inn is depressing. This is the kind of place where they don't change the sheets. They just move them from room to room.
You've made up your mind to be disagreeable, haven't you?
Judging from this lobby, the Three Sisters were the witches from Macbeth. I bet this place never won an award from good housekeeping.
The sisters were strange. I suppose it's inevitable that the place became haunted.
Haunted? You didn't say anything about this place being haunted.
Didn't think it was important. I can barely make out the names and dates. Such a long time ago. The last entry was the day before the murder.
Murder?
Yeah, business dropped off after that. And then the mines gave out and the place closed up.
I did hear right. Murder?
Someone say something about murder?
But Get the sleeping roll at the big bedroom at the top of the stairs, would you, Mo?
The one with the cobwebs and spiders.
What am I, an agent or a bellhop? Woo! Some climb up to this termite palace. I'm beat. Let me catch my breath.
I didn't ask you to come along, so don't blame me for your discomfort.
Ginny and I both thought it'd be nice to get out of Los Angeles. A slow drive across the country is a great cure for smog.
Only we didn't know anything about this place being haunted.
Haunted?
Haunted.
First I hear haunted and now murder? It's not even Halloween.
This place isn't really haunted. It's only a local superstition.
Norma, you're intelligent and sensible. Why you want to retreat to a childhood fantasy is something for a psychiatrist to figure out.
I agree. This place gives me the creepies. Let's leave.
You two are both acting like imbeciles. My staying here has nothing to do with either of you.
You're a meal ticket out. If anything happens to you, we're out of a job.
That's a funny description of loyalty.
So how come I'm not laughing?
When I was a child, I vowed I would spend one night alone in the Inn of the Three Sisters. I intend to follow through on that vow, with or without your approval.
Does it have to be tonight?
Tonight or never. When I got the news they were tearing the place down, I knew I had to act fast. She who hesitates is lost.
Or demented?
I hate to think what the comms will do if they get a hold of this. Are the bigwigs at the network? They like their young producers to be level-headed and sane.
That's what I've been trying to get across to her.
No luck, huh?
Zilch.
You insisted on tagging along. The least you could do is be agreeable. Go back into town, have a good dinner and a decent night's sleep. Watch that new series ABC is launching. It's supposed to be quite interesting. If you see anything in it, I might want to come up with something similar.
That's television for you. Monkey see, monkey do. Bow wow, bow wow.
What about you? Aren't you gonna eat anything?
I'm on a diet. Come back for me in the morning, early.
I don't like it.
Neither do I.
Stuck out here all night in the middle of nowhere? What are you doing? Digging for copper?
I'll light an oil lamp and do some reading. If I'm lucky, I might even get to see her.
Who?
Mary Hallahan.
What agency is she with?
United Ghosts, I'd imagine. She was the sister that was murdered.
Who murdered her?
They never found out. That's one of the mysteries of the Inn of the Three Sisters. I'm spending the night in her bedroom.
I think the whole idea is morbid.
Hey, who's in there?
Oh, company.
Come on, tell me what you folks are doing in here. There's a condemned property. It's posted. Didn't you see the signs?
You don't recognize me, Harold?
How do you know my name?
I have an excellent memory. You're Harold Clanton. Your father was a mining engineer. You grew up on Willow Avenue. We went to grade school together.
Well, I'll be Norma Carwin. Class reunion. I thought you lived out in Hollywood, a big important television producer, Jetson and stuff like that. I've seen a few of your programs. Read more than one magazine article about you, too.
I'm flattered.
Brings you back to these old parts.
I heard they were tearing the hotel down.
First thing in the morning, cutting the new spur road right into the main highway.
I told my friends here so much about this charming place that they had to see it. I couldn't disappoint them.
This hotel was quite a place.
We heard. An unsolved murder and a haunting would be.
I wouldn't put any stock in that haunting business, but the murder was real enough. They found Mary Hallahan right where you're sitting, strangled.
Well, I could do for a breath of fresh air. Murder's not my favorite topic. Can't stand violence. I get upset when I see Kid eat an animal cracker. What's over there?
Dining room and a kitchen, couple cabins out back.
I think I'll do a little exploring.
Be careful, this place is on its last legs.
I know the feeling.
The floor's sagging and the ceilings could go any minute.
I'm the famous television producer's famous assistant.
I'm sorry. Harold, this is Ginny Albright.
Hi.
And the Nervous Explorer's Mo Phillips, my business manager.
Young for a business manager, ain't he?
Not for the television industry. If you're 25, it's time to think about retiring. If you're 26, they refer to you as wrinkles.
I don't know anything about television except what I watch on the boob tube.
You're telling the truth, aren't you?
About the boob tube?
Mary Hallahan about ghosts?
I've never seen her. Others claim they hear her crying or see a white mist moving on the hillside.
Mary's spirit?
Supposedly, the story goes that if you set eyes on her, you go mad.
What?
I never knew you to be so jumpy. They found an old miner in here one morning long after the place closed down, and he was raving mad. Nothing so unusual about that. It happens all the time with the prospectors. It's the loneliness that gets them.
Claimed he saw Mary's ghost, one hand stroking her throat.
A few years later, the same thing happened again.
Another desert rat. Name was Ezra Brennan. He'd been out to lunch for years. See, it's the power of suggestion. That's what keeps these stories alive. You'll best be heading back into town before the storm hits.
Storm?
Desert storm. When the wind blows, they could strip the paint right off of a vehicle.
Did you hear that, Norma? A storm. We better do as he says. Leave!
Aaron checks out. Everything checks out, Clanton. First dynamite blast go off right after sunup.
Dynamite!
That'd be the end of the Three Sisters.
What a shame.
That's one way of looking at it.
I'll have this old hotel gut before breakfast time.
I never eat breakfast, now I know why.
Strange.
Beg your pardon?
I thought I heard something.
Like what?
You'll laugh.
I doubt it.
I don't hear anything.
What did it sound like?
Weeping.
It's the wind. Gets into these old places and makes the barge creak and moan. It's enough to scare a coyote.
There, what did I tell you? The power of suggestion. Mention Mary Hallahan and her crying, and the next thing you know, you hear it.
Listen.
I hear it.
So do I.
I'll handle this. All right, come on with your hands up. We know you're in there.
That's no way to talk to a ghost.
I don't believe in ghosts.
No, Phillips, you've got an infantile sense of humor.
Just trying to get a few laughs, that's all.
You're a businessman, you're not a comic.
He didn't fool me. We better start heading back into town. Sun's going down.
Right. Why don't you stop by the office in the morning, Norma? We can talk about our early days in this old town.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Don't waste time getting back. I wouldn't want to find your car stuck at the bottom of a ravine. The road could be treacherous in a windstorm.
Who would?
One other thing.
Yeah.
If you happen to run into a character by the name of Sutton, don't let him frighten you. He's harmless. I never can locate him. He's always hiding. But if you do see him, tell him to head back into town. I don't want him injured when the engineers start their blasting.
We'll do that.
Take care.
I should have told him what you're planning.
Run and tell him if you feel it's so important.
You are stubborn.
I prefer tenacious.
That quality's okay for television, but not for real life.
Can't either one of you talk about something new for a change? I seem to be the sole topic of your conversation.
You're not going to stay after what you heard from your old school friend.
I make my own rules. I see no reason to change my plans, and that's that.
Oh, Norma, you have a steel backbone.
She'll take that as a compliment.
I grew up in this town. I know how to take care of myself. Windstorms can be tricky, but they seldom last more than a few hours. I'll be safe and snug inside these walls.
I never thought I'd see the day when Norma Corrin slept in a sleeping bag.
You're actually going to stay in Mary's room?
I am.
What if something happens?
Like what?
I don't like to think about it. Come on, Ginny. There's no changing her mind once it's made up. We ought to know that by now. Tenacious she is.
Now you're being sensible.
You don't leave us much choice.
No, I can't let you stay here by yourself.
You forget my childhood vow. I would spend one night here alone. A-L-O-N-E.
You're going to spend the night in a place that may or may not be haunted?
Uh-huh.
A place where an unsolved murder took place?
Uh-huh.
A place where two men have lost their sanity?
Yep.
A place that's going to be dynamited in the morning?
Yep.
In a storm?
Sounds exciting.
Without cell phone reception?
That's the best part.
Well, no. In that case, there's only one more thing left to say.
What?
Pleasant dreams.
don't struggle.
They'll lock you up, and you'll never get out, never!
Can't you keep her quiet?
What difference does it make? No one comes within miles of this place.
They ought to call this place Horror Hotel. Talk about a spooky dump. Golfers should boycott this hovel. It's the best you can find.
Good enough for our purpose. You talk too much, Rhoda.
Watch her.
She won't get far.
Let go!
If you won't behave, we'll have to play rough. You won't like that, I promise. See if you can find some rope.
Whatever you say.
Sit down.
Kidnapping is capital offense in this state.
So is stealing comics from a drugstore. You won't have anything to worry about once your old man pays the ransom. $100,000 gold coin.
He doesn't have it.
We didn't go after you without making sure your old man could pay off.
He's had severe business losses.
He's lost you too, until he pays off.
You're despicable. The two of you!
Nobody's perfect. Where's the rope?
Stop yelling! I'm doing the best I can. It's dark as a pit down there. Place smells dry rot. I'm not searching that cellar. Could be crawling with mice.
Look in the trunk.
Thought you said no one comes within miles of this place.
You heard right.
What about this lantern?
What lantern?
Here on the trunk!
Sutton must have left it.
Sutton.
The old prospector I told you about? Crazy as a loon. He's always poking about this place.
What if he comes back?
Don't worry about Sutton. He's got a mind like a dusty old room. Can't tell one day from the next.
I hope you know what you're doing.
What are you gonna do with that?
I don't want you shouting for help. Makes me unhappy.
Doesn't do much for me either.
You're fast on the comebacks. I'm warning you. Make it easier on yourself or else.
All right, I won't make any more trouble.
Good. I get very disagreeable when there's trouble.
We're in luck.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
I'm hurrying.
Oh, please don't tie me up. I told you I'd behave.
This lobby is the best spot for her. We had to stash her somewhere out of sight.
There are cabins out back. We put her in one of them. Get up! Remember, if you don't want trouble, don't make any. This rope will keep her in tow.
Let's not stand here talking.
Take the line.
Who's coming? Mo? I wanted to be alone, and I am. At least I hope I am. I'm talking to myself. I only do that when I get nervous. I'm not nervous. Get a hold of yourself, Norma. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope
What is it? Who's singing? Mo Phillips, if this is more of your fun and
A
games...
discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Nothing now. Maybe that engineer was right. The wind playing tricks. Norma, you're talking to yourself again.
Home, home on the range.
Who is it?
Where the deer
Who's singing?
and the antelope play.
If only I'm not too late. The ledger! Corwin has to be here. The lights. They've been disconnected for years.
Anyone in there?
The ledger! Norma found it!
I'm afraid I'm lost. Can you hear me? Guess the door was stuck. Honey, yeah. Lights popping on? Guess they don't get many tourists this time of year. No bell. Hey, how about some service?
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Good, someone's alive in this dusty tomb. Who's there?
You won't tell them I'm here.
Tell who? Who are you anyway?
You shouldn't be here in the Inn of the Three Sisters. It's haunted, you know.
Well, I don't know anything except my last ride left me about 5 miles down the road. I was walking to town, but I got twisted around and lost my way. Found myself climbing higher and higher. I saw this place silhouetted in the moonlight, so I figured I'd come and see what it was, and when I came close, the lights went on.
That's what I mean haunted. There can't be any lights here. The wiring rod long ago. This hotel's been abandoned for years.
You're here.
I'm not a guest. I know someone spent the night and she mustn't. It's dangerous.
Here, you should sit down. You don't look so good.
Thank you. You're kind. I'm afraid I've caught cold.
Go. So, what did you mean when you said dangerous?
The three sisters, Mary Hallahan and the other two, Julie and Beth, and Flint, of course.
Flint? Oh, yeah, Flint. Who's Flint?
The handyman? I'm sure it's Flint who killed Mary. I've studied this case. I'm a great mystery fan, you know, but none that's important now. What's important is the fact that these ghosts can be malicious. If anyone spends the night, they do terrible things.
You mean the ghosts do terrible things?
Yes,
Like what?
they drive people mad.
If you say so.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, sure. Look, do you suppose there's a telephone that works somewhere on the premises?
Now I'm speaking the truth.
Keep calm, I believe you.
Liar! That's what makes these ghosts so powerful. No one will believe in them.
You do.
I'm different.
You can say that again.
Who is that?
I don't know, but there's one way to find out.
Be careful.
You can count on it.
No, wait. You mustn't go below.
Why not?
It could be Mary Hallahan down there. One of her sisters.
I think I know a human voice when I hear one. Anybody home? Whoa, what'd I tell you? Not only human, but easy on the eyes. Wonder what happened to her.
Who?
I was talking to some strange girl. All she talked about was danger and ghosts. I didn't understand any of it.
Where'd she go?
Beats me.
Who are you?
Name's Tom Wilson. I'm in the service.
Service.
Military service. I've got 2 weeks, and I'm planning on spending it in Los Angeles.
What are you doing here?
This is a hotel, isn't it?
It was. There's something changed about this lobby. Something odd. The furniture's on the same position.
I've been hitching and I got lifted in the highway, but I got twisted around and lost my way.
The lights!
Heh.
There can't be lights here. This hotel has been deserted for years.
You sound like the other one.
What other one?
That girl I was telling you about said the wiring was rotted.
It's gone.
You, missing something?
I left a lantern on the trunk, a nightlight. Now it's gone.
Maybe that girl took it.
This isn't the way I planned the evening.
If this hotel is closed, how come you're here? Did you get lost too?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Norma Corwin, and it may sound silly, but when I was a child, I was fascinated with this hotel. I made a promise I would spend one night here alone. This is the night.
Well, I don't think you're alone. I'm not talking about myself either. I mean that girl.
And whoever was singing in the cellar.
You mean home on the range? I heard it too.
Oh, I'm grateful. I was beginning to think my mind was wandering.
It's going to be a wild night. That wind can cut through leather. Brr.
Is this who you were talking about?
Never seen her before in my life.
Don't tell me you've lost your way.
I'm Miss Crisp. I've been looking after a patient. The poor child is not in the best health. She has a frail constitution. When I wasn't looking, she got out of bed and went into the night. Her nerves are ragged.
Look, Miss.
Miss Crisp! You may call me Nurse Crisp if you prefer.
It really doesn't matter which I prefer. The point is, the Inn of the Three Sisters is not open. I mean, it's going to be torn down. You're patient. Do you think she's here?
If she isn't here at the moment, then she will be. The inn is her one obsession. She found out someone was going to spend the night, and she wanted to warn the visitor.
She has to be the one I was telling you about.
Sounds like it.
Aha! Then she is here.
She was. Don't ask me where she got to.
How did you get here?
My car. I left it at the bottom of the incline.
Let me get this straight. You say your patient came here to warn someone.
True.
Someone who's going to spend the night.
That is also true.
Well, I'm that person, obviously. What was your patient's name?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to divulge that. Professional ethics.
So why all the mystery?
What was she going to warn me about?
I can tell you that. The ghosts.
You mean the legend of this inn and the three sisters and their nasty habit of causing people to go raving mad?
Yeah, something like that.
You mustn't listen to anything my patient says. She's not herself, in poor health.
She did seem flaky, like real nervous.
This hypo will calm her down.
How did your patient know I'd be staying here?
I'll fix the bedroom!
Miss Crisp, I would appreciate an answer.
What is it? What's wrong?
Why did you scream?
There at the window face, a hideous face!
A what?
A hideous face.
It's not there now.
Your imagination.
It was not my imagination. I tell you, I saw someone.
There, my dear.
Please don't patronize me.
I'll take a look outside.
Better take this.
Right.
It's not hard to imagine unusual occurrences in these old buildings, especially when one is as tense as you are, miss.
My name is Norma Corwin, and I am not tense. I am a sane and rational individual, and I know what I saw. It didn't look friendly.
Surely you don't believe in ghosts.
I didn't say I saw a ghost. I said I saw a face. I'll go help Tom. Ow!
Oops! I'm afraid the hypodermic needle scratched you. Tisk, tisk, how unfortunate.
You did that deliberately.
Don't be absurd.
What's in that hypo?
A mild tranquilizing solution, nothing to fear. Only a scratch.
I don't know what game you're playing, but I'm keeping my eye on you.
You are disturbed. I have something in my bag that might help.
One scratch is enough.
Did you hear them, Bates?
Of course I heard. We're both listening, weren't we? I told you we dropped the rope.
You're so smart. You said no one would be here.
I was wrong, so?
Who are all those people?
How should I know?
We better get out of here.
No way.
We'll be caught. I don't want to spend the best years of my life behind bars. I'm too young for that.
We're not leaving till the messenger shows up.
Messenger?
The one with the gold coins, the ransom money.
Do you know who the messenger is?
For all I know, it could be the nurse, one of them other two. I ain't leaving the Inn of the Three Sisters till I know who's who and what's what! You get back to the girl. Make sure she stays quiet. I'll stay here and poke around.
I don't like it. All these people here.
Stay out of sight. Don't let anybody see you.
I didn't bargain on any complications.
Move!
Might have been a tramp.
I hope you're right.
It's a good thing I turned it up when I did.
Oh, yeah, I'm grateful.
You shouldn't be out here alone.
I can't believe it. There was a face peering in at us.
Like I say, a tramp.
She's gone.
I told you that. When I turned around, she must have popped out somewhere.
Not your mysterious young friend. I mean the nurse, Miss Crisp.
You're right. Miss Crisp? Miss Crisp, where are you?
Miss Crisp? To answer me.
Oh, she said something about checking upstairs. Shall I see?
Good idea. I'll check the cabins out back.
Won't you be frightened?
Don't be such a male chauvinist. If I can face television critics, I can face anything. Where's the flashlight?
Right.
I'll use that as a weapon.
Scream if you need me.
Thanks to the lights, at least it won't be a scream in the dark, right? This soil's fresh. Someone's been digging with the shovel recently. Norma, you're talking to yourself again. Oh, the lights! Who's that? Miss Crisp? The wind? Oh no.
People are here, in the hotel. No one must come here. No one must see the horrible acts we must witness night after night. That is our punishment, to repeat that terrible moment. Poor Mary, poor sister.
I couldn't tell Flint where I buried all the things we stole from our guests.
That's why he did it. That's why he killed me. Greed. We were greedy when we stole. That is why we are being punished. Where is he? Get it over with. I want to sleep. He'll be here soon enough. Too soon. Flint! Flint! Flint!
I will never tell you. Never.
Tell Flint.
Never.
Tell.
Never.
Tell him, Mary. Set us free.
The ring, the brooches, the jewelry, all those precious things your guest thought they lost. Where have you hidden them?
I will never tell you. Never.
If you don't tell me, you die.
I will tell you nothing, Flint. Nothing.
The rings, the brooches, the necklaces, the diamond-studded hair combs. Die, Mary Hallahan. Die.
Stop it! Stop it! Tom! Tom, where are you, Tom?
What happened to the lights?
Where are you?
Up here!
Where?
At the stairs!
Tom! You're not gonna believe what I have to tell you. I'm not sure I believe it myself.
Better check out these lights. Anyone find a fuse box?
Never mind the fuse box. Forget about the lights. I saw them, Tom. I actually saw them.
Saw who?
The ghosts, the three sisters, Mary, Beth, and Julie.
Was he with them?
Who?
Him.
You ain't got no right to be in this place. Don't belong to you.
You don't look like a ghost to me.
I'm Sutton. I look after the place.
He doesn't look together.
The desert is loaded with characters like Sutton. He's harmless.
Let's hope.
We've got something more important to worry about. Tom, what I'm about to tell you will sound crazy, but they came from that fireplace. It was not my imagination. I saw the three sisters. I saw the murder take place.
The wind.
You don't see the wind, Tom. You hear it. I saw them, I tell you.
She's here, in the hotel. Mary Hallahan. This is her home. She don't take to strangers.
Over here?
Yeah, I heard crying and the lights went weird, so I got frightened and hid behind the desk.
Well, if you saw them, they couldn't have come from over here. This fireplace is solid. Must have been those tricky lights.
I suppose I imagined their conversation, too.
You feeling all right?
I feel a bit off, but that's not the point. I didn't imagine what I saw, and I know what I heard.
I believe you.
There was someone down there. I could hear whoever it was, but I don't think it was my patient. She would have answered when I called.
The cellar belongs to me. Stay out of my cellar.
Yes, yes, sir. Whatever you say. Who was that creature?
His name is Sutton.
Doesn't look trustworthy.
Worry about him later. It's the ghosts we have to worry about now.
Ghosts.
Yeah, saw the sisters.
If you say so, my dear.
You don't believe me. Neither one of you.
I didn't say that.
Perhaps when you scratched against the hypo, some of the tranquilizer affected you. People react in different ways.
It was not the hypo.
You have a fanciful mind, perhaps. That's coupled with the strange atmosphere of this place.
I'm not going to argue the point. I'll deal with this in my own way. Hadn't we better find your patient?
Absolutely.
I didn't get very far upstairs.
I'll continue to look.
I'll help.
Thank you.
Look, don't freeze me out, all right? If you say you saw something, you did.
You don't believe I saw spirits?
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I only wish I'd seen them too.
Stick around long enough and you will.
I'm on your side, honest. Looks okay to me. Ghost in the fireplace, old Deseret in the cellar. What next? It's you! Where have you been?
The ledger! The answer is in the ledger.
People are looking for you. Stay put. Do as I say, understand?
Where are you going?
Just stay put. Do as I say. Hey, Miss Crisp! Miss Crisp, I found her!
Mary? Mary, is that you? I know how to free your spirit. You mustn't cry. There's no need to be frightened, Mary. I'm your friend. Trust me.
Mary? Mary, is that you? I know you're there. Mary?
She's down here! Hey! Hey, stop!
Oh, no. Is this your patient? Didn't you hear me?
I heard you.
Then answer me. Is this your patient?
She was my patient.
What happened to her?
Strangled. She was strangled.
Strangled?
I don't know who or what he was, but I never want to see anything like that ever again. Skin like chalk, eyes like something from the grave.
He's escaped?
I followed him in the dining room.
Go on.
He disappeared. One minute he was there, the next he was gone.
Who could he have been?
I know who he was. It was Flint, the handyman that used to work here.
Couldn't be Flint.
Why not?
He's been dead for years.
But his ghost walks.
This is an opportunity that will never happen again!
Yes, Mother.
Oh, the wind is no mercy. I could feel the vibrations all the way this in. I heard voices riding in the night. Exciting, isn't it?
Yes, Mother.
Think of it, Morgana. Tonight is our last chance to communicate with Mary Hallahan and her poor departed sisters.
Yes, Mother.
This is it. This is where it happened. Right here. This very chair. Murder most foul. Vibration! The spirits are close. Isn't it wonderful, Morgana?
Yes, Mother.
Do stop saying yes, Mother. You sound like a record that's stuck.
Yes, Mother.
I hope the spirits be cooperative. People have no idea how temperamental they can be. Once, in Santa Barbara, the spirit of an Indian wise man threw a teacup at me. Most disagreeable spirit I ever encountered.
What about Flint? Isn't he supposed to be wicked?
More than wicked, evil. Evil spirits have a fondness for mischief.
But if he throws something more lethal then? A teacup.
Our defense will be your sincerity, our shield against the dark. Psst. Psst.
Did you bring it with you?
I beg your pardon?
Who's she?
Look, maybe Bates could around and take his chances, but I can't. I'll take my share and not make a fast getaway.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm afraid you're mistaking me for someone else.
Don't play cagey. Time's wasting. Did you bring them or not?
What?
The coins.
Coins?
The gold coins.
Gold coins? Why on earth would we be carrying around gold coins?
The ransom, naturally.
Oh, yes, the ransom! What is she babbling on about?
I don't know.
I dislike complications. They always stir the spirit vibration.
Didn't you come from her father?
Whose father?
Aren't you the messenger?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're talking about. Messenger, gold coins, ransom!
I guess I made a mistake. Forget you ever saw me.
That won't be easy.
I wonder who she was.
I'll ask. What is your name, miss?
I advise you to rest. I advise you to stay as far away from me as possible. I don't trust you, Miss Crisp.
You're not yourself.
Small wonder.
Good evening.
Good evening. This place is more crowded than a subway at rush hour.
Nothing but shadows outside the inn.
My card!
Madame Lugosi, psychic advisor, ESP, and consultant to those who have passed over. I don't understand.
Obviously she's a quack. Some charlatan attracted by the sordid reputation of this inn.
I take my work quite seriously, and I am highly respected in my line of endeavor.
You're some kind of spiritualist, is that it?
That is a crude way of putting it. For the unenlightened, I suppose it's an apt description.
I think I should go with the police. We haven't done anything wrong.
There was a murder here earlier.
Oh, we know that. Mary Hallahan.
That was years ago.
The murder I'm talking about happened tonight.
Tonight?
My young patient strangled. A pitiful sight.
Strangled? Did you hear that, Morgana? That's how Mary Hallahan died? Did you happen to know the murderer?
I'd rather not say.
Why not?
The wind is calmer. I can make it back in less than an hour.
I won't stop you.
You didn't have to have a red convertible, did you?
How did you know?
We are sorry.
Sorry for what?
It's at the bottom of the ravine.
That's not possible. I didn't park it anywhere near the ravine. Someone's red convertible is at the bottom of the ravine. In that case, someone pushed it in there. I set the brake. The car was locked.
Don't suspect us.
How did you two get here?
Oh, the high turn. The wind was too much, so we parked the car and walked the rest of the way.
Why are you here?
Tonight is the last night that the Inn of the Three Sisters will exist. Come morning, nothing but a memory.
Mother would like to communicate with the spirits who inhabit this inn.
My daughter is a perfect vessel for communicating with the beyond. Her nature is sensitive and receptive. Do you believe in the spirit world, Miss,
Corwin, Norma Corwin. Until tonight, I would have said that the spirit world, your kind of spirit world, was nothing more than mumbo jumbo.
Aha! I begin to see your reluctance to name the murderer. Something to do with spirits.
We should do something about summoning help.
Only a few hours till daybreak. The place will be crawling with people by then.
The place seems to be crawling with people now. Who was that young woman who wanted gold coins?
What are you talking about?
She was here only a moment ago. She made gold coins sound like spare change.
She mentioned somebody by the name of Bates. Bates?
And a ransom.
Are you trying to be amusing?
If she is, she's not succeeding.
That wind is nasty when it cuts up.
Not as bad as it was. The storm is almost past. I'm thinking of going for help. I may have to use your car.
I have no objection, only I wouldn't advise travel this hour. The road is treacherous and the wind can send it over the edge.
What about the lights? Did you find anything?
I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. The wiring is rusted and old. The fuse box gave up years ago. By all electrical law, there can't be lights in it. It's not logical.
The spirits don't require logic. They will light whatever they wish. They can stop it whenever they wish. This isn't electricity, you see, it's spirit light. A communal aura.
Morgana is quite correct. Spirit light.
Who are the new ones?
Madame Lugosi and her daughter Morgana.
Oh, Morgana Lugosi, huh? Some name.
They claim to be spirituals.
Maybe they are.
I put the corpse in the cellar.
One of the bedrooms would have done as well.
If you wanted me to put the body in one of the bedrooms, you should have told me to put the body in one of the bedrooms.
No need to snap.
I don't pretend to know what makes this inn the weird place that it is, but nobody murders an innocent girl while I'm around and gets away with it. And I'm not buying your story either.
They don't look respectable, do they? I've seen gypsies who look more honest.
How about a little honesty from you? You better tell us about your patient. Who was she?
I can't tell you anything.
You mean you won't? You're deliberately obstructing justice.
I wish I could tell you, and I mean that, but it's out of the question.
So what? Why?
You did see the murderer, didn't you, Miss Corwin?
Yes.
I suspect the killer is from the other side. You don't want to admit that because you believe yourself to be rational and realistic. I know the feeling. Once, I too was a skeptic.
If it was the spirit of Flint, there has to be something we can do.
I saw him too. Wish I could forget it. Ooh, how about exorcism?
I'd advise against it, no!
That could be dangerous to us all?
Absolutely!
I'll admit the possibility of ghosts. As long as they stay in the spirit world, I don't object. But when they kill the living, it's another story.
I don't like this kind of talk. I'm kind of get scared when you go see a horror film.
This is like living one.
Christ!
They don't hurt nothing, the ghosts. Why don't you just leave? I can keep them calm. They don't get a mischief when I'm here by myself.
You've seen them? Mary Hallahan and the others?
Mary don't like to be seen.
You can't trust anything he says. Every day is Halloween as far as he's concerned.
I've waited all these years to find the treasure.
Treasure! Arr, he thinks he's a pirate!
Hey, Sutton, do you mean the jewelry and things that Mary and her sister stole from tourists?
Who told you?
I heard them discussing it. Flint wanted to know where the loot was hidden, and that's why he killed Mary, because she wouldn't tell him.
I ain't got nothing more to say. Except, if you were smart, you'd leave. Leave and never come back. Otherwise what?
Oh.
He might make a good medium, except I don't think he's sensitive enough. I knew this evening would prove interesting.
I have no intention of remaining here without the presence of law. Madame Lugosi may have the keys to your car.
Are you nuts?
I will be if I stay here any longer. The keys are in the car. In that case, I shall be on my way.
Shouldn't let her go!
She has a mind of her own.
Oh, so do you! She wasn't anxious to tell us the name of her patient. Wonder why.
You met someone in here, you said?
Yes, the girl who mentioned Bates and a ransom.
And gold coins.
Where'd she go?
That way.
The cabin's out back, I bet.
Wait a minute, Norma, you know what's out there! It could be Flint!
Look! What is it, Morgana?
At the window, that face!
Oh, here we go again!
Can you see what it is? Maybe a spirit?
It's a spirit, it's a pretty good runner. Hanging off with the cabins. Norma's gonna run into our friend if she doesn't look out!
This is our chance, Morgana. We can explore the inn. If luck is with us, we'll get enough material to write a book. Maybe two. A bestseller!
Yes, Mother.
Do stop saying yes, Mother.
Yes, Mother! Anybody here? Bates! Bates!
Hold your voice down, will ya? We ain't alone.
You Bates?
I'm Bates if you're the messenger.
I'm the messenger.
Proof.
Good enough?
Could be. Ooh. Not sound gold against gold. Music to my ears.
Satisfied?
I will be when I'm miles away from here. Funny how much nicer gold feels to paper. Give me gold any day.
You awfully show yourself for a petty crook.
Nothing petty about me.
I might have been anyone.
The horse you're riding came from her father's stable. I recognized it. I said I wanted the coins before dawn, and it's almost dawn. You had to be the one.
You're a polecat.
No need to be unpleasant.
That's a matter of opinion. How do you know I wasn't followed?
You're not that dumb. You relative?
None of your business.
I'm making it my business.
I don't know who you are, but stay out of this. You can only make trouble.
That's all I've gotten since I've come here.
Don't try to follow me, either one of you. I mean what I say.
We've kept our side of the bargain. Where's Carolyn? What are you talking about? Who's Carolyn?
She's here. All you have to do is look. If you want to stay healthy, no tricks. Cabin number 4.
Cabin number 4? Which way?
That way. What is all of this?
I can't explain now. Later!
Miss Crisp won't name her patient. Murder, ghost, a spiritualist showing up, a face at the window, a man with a gun, and some nonsense about cabin number 4, and I'm talking to myself again. I will not let this thing defeat me. I'm a sensible person, clear-headed, and reasonable. I'll think positive thoughts, and I'll meditate. Oh, crying. Mary, is that you? Mary, I want to help you. Mary, is...
Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
I wish she knew more than one tune. What I wouldn't give to hear a disco beat. Sutton, are you all right? Sutton? Oh, they're crying again. Mary, I want to help you. Oh.
The brooches, the necklaces, the diamond-studded hair comb.
Flint,
Tell Flint.
stay away from me. I'm warning you, whatever you are, stay away from me.
Tell Flint.
Oh, the cellar. My only hope.
Tell Flint.
Tom, help me! Tom! Tom, help me!
Norma!
Tom!
Where are you?
Over here on the floor!
There they go again. What happened?
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to believe it.
Not another ghost story.
No, not another ghost story.
Well, that's good.
2 of them.
2?
I want to sit down.
Good idea.
Not you, me!
Sorry.
I saw Flint again.
I was hoping you weren't going to say that. Coming from the fireplace?
No. This time it came from behind the registration desk. You better prepare yourself for a shock.
In this dump, I can make a fortune selling shock absorbers.
There are so many people running around the Inn of the Three Sisters that I've given up on trying to keep count. I just met one I thought was gone for good.
Who?
The girl Flint murdered.
That's not possible. Sutton put it in the cellar.
If he did, then she got restless. She popped out of the cellarway and into my arms cold as a refrigerated chicken.
Where is she now?
What do I look like, a traffic cop? They come and go when they feel like it, in and out like tumbleweed. I need a scorecard.
Don't let this get you down.
Some advice! This is not the kind of place that makes my spirit soar. Forget I said that.
Look, why don't we head into town? Forget the windstorm, forget the bad road, forget everything except saving our own necks. I have a feeling if we wait until morning, there'll be 2 more corpses on the landscape. Yours and mine. Oh, what the crisp!
Jenny, oh, Jenny, I'm glad to see you.
I couldn't stay away, I got worried.
But the windstorm and the bad road.
I drove part of the way and walked the rest. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Where's Mo?
I didn't want any arguments. I drove out by myself.
I hate to interrupt this happy reunion, but I better check on the lady in the cellar. Hey, in the cellar, that's not bad. Kind of like an Edgar Allan Poe story.
I forgot about her for a moment.
Well, wish I could.
Who's he?
Name's Tom Wilson. You won't believe what's been going on.
Norma, you don't look so good.
I don't feel so good. Childhood fantasies should stay childhood fantasies. You were right.
Why are there people here?
You don't know the half of it.
What's with the lights? I thought the inn was lit by candles and lanterns.
Madame Lugosi says it's not real light.
Lugosi?
It's spirit light, an aura.
How's that again? The place is alive with possibilities.
Yes, Mother.
I've never encountered a dwelling that vibrated like this one. The atmosphere is positively a tingle and a glow.
With ghoulies and ghosties and things that go bump in the night?
You mustn't mock. They don't like it.
They?
The spirits.
Oh, yes, of course. I should have known the spirits.
You better sit down, Ginny. You don't look so chippy yourself.
You all look like figures in a wax museum. I have a feeling, I don't really want to know, but what has been going on here?
What hasn't?
You must have seen Miss Crisp.
Miss Crisp?
The nurse.
She took my car.
I didn't see anyone.
You saw our car on the road, didn't you?
No, there's only one car, mine.
Then you must have seen him.
Him?
Bates, the man with the gun.
Guns?
Stop repeating everything. He was talking to a young woman and she was afraid of him. They were talking about a kidnapping.
This is your idea of an interesting way to spend the night? You said you were going to catch up on your reading.
She went out to cabin number 4. I'm gonna go investigate.
One thing at a time. The corpse. You say it came from out of the cellarway?
Yeah, it stumbled out in the dark and then the lights went. Oh, like that. And then I saw Flint again.
Flint? How thrilling! You saw a manifestation? You're lucky. I've never seen one.
Count your blessings. Here goes.
Careful.
Right. Ah!
What's he expect to find in there? The spirits are agitated.
There was a murder earlier.
Murder earlier?
You're doing it again! A girl no one seems to know about. Miss Crisp was her nurse.
Who killed her?
She was murdered by a malevolent spirit.
Flint. I have a gut reaction that this is a time for us to get out of here, Norma.
I'm seeing this through.
What was in there?
You found the body?
I found a body.
The mysterious young woman.
No. Someone else.
Who?
Miss Crisp!
I better sit down again.
We must begin at once. We may have waited too long as it is.
For what?
What else? The seance!
I used to wonder what it would feel like to be kidnapped. I mean, I read about things like that in the paper, seen on television. I never thought it actually happened, though. to me.
Fate.
This man.
Johnny Bates.
And his accomplice?
He called her Rhoda. I never heard her last name.
Rhoda might have been a funny name.
They brought you here against your will.
Naturally. I wouldn't come here willingly. Bates threatened me. I was afraid of him.
Yeah, I have to admit it is a good place to hide someone.
It might have been, except the inn wasn't empty.
That must have given Bates a jolt.
You had to bring the money? Bates didn't specify, but when Mr. Penrock told me his predicament, I volunteered. The Penrocks are my dearest friends. Bates warned him against using any police agents.
Oh, poor Daddy. He's a very excitable man. I was more worried about him than I was about myself.
Apparently, this Rhoda person planned to double-cross her partner in crime.
She only asked for half the ransom, Mother. I wouldn't call that a double cross.
Honor among thieves?
Johnny Bates wasn't so obliging. He took everything.
Where do you suppose this Rhoda is?
I don't like to think about it.
Why not?
Can't you guess?
You think she might be dead?
Another murder? There's a lot of old-fashioned American in me. I loved this inn, and all these years I've had a lovely dream of spending one quiet night here.
I told you, you should forget childhood fantasies. That's where they belong, in childhood.
It's not the point. Someone or something is determined to spoil things, and I'm fighting mad about it.
That's a little selfish, isn't it? After all, Carolyn didn't plan on spoiling your fun. I didn't want to come here, but someone had to help her father.
I'm not letting anyone get away with what's been going on tonight, living dead or in between.
You're not actually buying that junk about spirits. Ghosts.
Please, show more respect and courtesy.
I don't know why we should show respect and courtesy. The spirits haven't exactly been congenial.
Yeah, Sutton doesn't seem to be afraid of them. Where is Sutton? He was here a little while ago.
I saw him go into the cellar. Has anyone been below?
Oh, I wanted to go, but the cellar is riddled with old mine tunnels. I have a poor sense of balance, and I was afraid I'd stumble and fall.
After seeing Flint and the Three Sisters, I would have said I was overworked, tired, and quite possibly bananas. But Tom saw Flint.
Did I ever? That guy could have a nightmare bad name. Norma, you say you saw Flint murder the nurse's patient.
We've been over that 20 times.
Then who killed Miss Crisp? And why? Could it have been Flint again?
If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be asking so many questions.
You said this Miss Crisp couldn't identify her patient.
No, I said she wouldn't.
We couldn't pry out of her.
You said this patient came to warn you.
According to Miss Crisp, yes.
Then she must have known you were coming here? Exactly. Norma, think hard. You must have known that poor girl from somewhere.
I have an excellent memory for names and faces, you know that. I never saw that girl before. Never saw Miss Crisp before.
Should have taken Mo along. He'd be a help.
It's a fine time to think of that.
There's one other character we're forgetting about. That face at the window.
I had forgotten.
Did anyone else see this face?
My daughter.
It wasn't a spirit. It looked Almost human. Almost human. Well, I guess that's better than not human.
You know what bugs me?
Probably a flea. This place is alive with them.
That mysterious young woman told me something important.
Don't stop there!
What'd she tell you?
Well, that's the problem. I can't remember. I have a lousy memory for details.
I heard Bates and Rhoda say they were going to get in touch with some foreign group. I couldn't be certain what they were saying precisely, but it sounded to me like they were planning on a hijack.
A hijack?
An airliner.
Kidnapping to hijacking? They like to branch out, don't they? That Bates didn't impress me as being anything more than a common hoodlum.
There's nothing common about a man with $100,000 in gold coins.
I hope Sutton isn't hiding himself in those tunnels. He's likely to go out with a boom if he doesn't turn up. Imagine those sisters robbing their guests.
Sutton searching all these years? No wonder his mind isn't too steady.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna take advantage of Madame Lugosi's offer.
That's wise. Oh, a seance? You've got to be kidding. That kind of stuff went out with the horse and buggy and Latin.
You didn't see Flint.
I'm willing to give anything a try. Any objections?
As I see it, we must discover what message the spirits have to transmit.
I think we've already gotten that message, you know. Get out of the sin!
Second, we must discover what we can do to grant them rest.
I think the construction crew is going to carry that shortly. Ask them where they stashed the treasure.
You're being destructive.
Sorry.
I want to know who killed Miss Crisp, I want to know why she was killed, and I want to know how Flint was able to kill that unfortunate girl. There was nothing ghostly or spirit-like about his strength. It seemed all too real to me.
Then I suggest we begin at once. We may have waited too long as it is.
What are we supposed to do? What are the rules?
All in good time.
Ready when you are, Mother. I guess the seance is on the runway, ready for takeoff. I hope they serve lunch.
Really?
Ginny, if you don't want to play along, you don't have to stay in the room.
All right, I'll keep quiet. Nerve, that's all.
We can't have any negative vibrations, any skepticism. Oh no, the spirits will have none of it. They will not communicate if there's any hostility in the atmosphere.
I promise I'll behave. No more bad jokes. If this is the way it has to be, I'll go along with it. I'm just not used to seances, that's all.
We're not used to murder.
It's all yours, madam. You're in charge.
Morgana will sit in the murder seat.
In the what?
Where they found the strangled body of Mary Hallahan.
Be my guest.
Remain seated where you are. If there are spirits nearby, I will contact them. I am 90% successful.
Well, it's the other 10% I'm worried about.
I will contact them, but they will speak through Morgana.
Oh! A little like a ventriloquist act!
Hardly! I caution you all. No one is to cry out. Make no sudden moves. Understood? I wish there was some way to dim the lights. Ooh!
That's what I call cooperation.
You disturb the aura.
Right you are.
Take my daughter's hand. You will supply the necessary body contact that ensures a steady flow of positive energy.
What?
Oh, better do as she says. Drift, Morgana, drift, 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 drift.
Oh, sorry.
Mary Hallahan, are you nearby? Mary Hallahan, don't be afraid. We want to help. We want to free your tortured spirits. Are you there? Mary?
I think I hear something.
Mary, is it you?
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
That's Mary.
Yeah, it's Sutton.
Forget about Sutton! Mary, what message do you have for us? The fireplace? Oh, do not move. Do not cry out. I am Flint. Oh, Flint? Quiet.
Tom, you could reach out and grab one.
Quiet. Disturb the vibrations. I am Flint.
People are here, in the hotel. No one must come here. No one must see the horrible act we must witness night after night. That is our punishment. To repeat that terrible moment. Where is he? Get it over with. I want to sleep. He'll be here soon enough.
Too soon. Flint! Flint! Flint!
I am Flint. The rings, the brooches, the necklaces. Flint, why'd you kill the young woman? Tell us! Die, Mary Helen, die! Who murdered the nurse? All those precious things your guests thought they lost. Where have you hidden them? We want to set you free. What must we do to grant you rest? Give me the rings, the brooches, the necklaces. What use do you have for such things? Give Flint! Why isn't it Mary who speaks to us? Why you, Flint, why?
Die. Die. Die.
Don't let him go! I've got him!
Arm out of the thing? Tom!
Everything's under control. He's not a spirit. I'm holding tight.
Norma, are you all right? Tom, where are you?
It's over here.
Let me go! Let me go!
Oh, you don't!
The flashlight, where is it?
You've got plenty of explaining to do. You're not Flint.
You're not much when it comes to smarts, are you?
What happened to Flint? I'd better sit down. I'm not feeling well. I think I've caught a bug.
That's her. That's Rhoda. Bates' girlfriend?
I'm nobody's girlfriend. I'm an independent. Got all the money, did he? He won't get away with this. I'll tell you what I know.
Well, don't let us stop you.
Hey, let go! Didn't you hear me?
I heard you. Start talking.
Look at Morgana. She's out.
Merely exhausted. She'll be all right. Consulting the spirits is taxing on one's strength.
Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
This is a real rope.
It felt that way when Flint dropped it around my neck. What an unpleasant fellow he is. Worse than that Indian wiseman in Santa Barbara. He threw a teacup at me.
What's so special about that rope?
Since when does a ghost use something that's real, three-dimensional?
They're rather inventive. They're quite clever.
A bit too clever, if you ask me. This rope is new.
Maybe Flynn had time to stop off at a hardware store.
I want a lawyer.
What is she holding?
Looks like a book. A large book.
It's the hotel register. Let me see that.
No.
Oh, my head. Feels like Flint hit it with that teacup. What's in that ledger that's so important?
Remember what I said earlier?
About the ledger?
What else? Can't even when I saw this one hugging it. What the visitor in the nightgown told me.
You have a terrible habit of breaking off whenever you're about to say something important.
She said the secret is in the ledger.
But what secret?
What makes this place tick? The answer to everything that's been going on. See what's written in there, Tom.
Me?
Yeah?
Oh, no, not me. I'm a coward. For all I know, that ledger could go up in devil smoke. Psh! Ah!
Well, I'm not afraid. Give me that ledger.
No.
Give it to me! Names, and dates.
Is that all?
Maybe something's written on the back of the ledger on the inside cover?
Yeah, that's usually a good blank spot.
You're right, there is something written in here. It says...
Well?
It says...
What does it say? Tell us.
Wouldn't this be a new idea for... a great idea for a new television series? Wait, what? Wouldn't this be a great idea for a new television series?
Woof. Woof?
Woof, woof.
You are the...
Before you say anything, Norma, you have to admit it's better than a talking dog.
Look, the idea is everything. A mysterious sin.
Weird characters coming and going.
Buried treasure!
A kidnapping.
We have to work up a romantic angle for the ratings, but that shouldn't be too hard to do.
Ginny, who are all these people?
Oh, come on in here, guys, everybody!
Everyone's here but Mo and Sutton.
Oh, Mo didn't know anything about it. Neither did Sutton.
He comes with the place, like a lease.
You cooked up this outrageous evening for no other reason than to show that it might have the ingredients for a TV pilot or series.
You have to admit the title's great. The End of the Three Sisters.
I don't have to admit a thing.
Strong title for a theme song, too. And the end of the Three Sisters. Never mind.
I have been terrorized, frightened, and abused. How did you manage all the tricks and the lights?
Oh, well, fixing lights is no problem. I'm a part-time electrician now trying to hustle an acting job.
Everyone here did their part on spec, on the chance you might go for the idea and want them in the cast.
Why, Ginny? Why couldn't you simply tell me your idea? Give it to me in a couple of pages.
If I did that, I know what you'd say.
What?
I can't see it! I can't see it!
I made up my mind this was the one time you would see it.
Place must be reopening. Look at all of these tourists.
Not tourists. Actors.
Actors? They never tip.
Television actors, we hope.
I hate to tell you this, Sutton, but the inn is being blown apart.
I know.
Please watch out of here.
I ain't leaving till I find the treasure.
You mean the stuff Mary's and her sister supposedly stole?
Yep.
Well, you're in for disappointment, Sutton. I found all the treasure in the walls when I was rewiring.
You're lying.
Put it in the trunk. Nothing but odds and ends. Stuff gets easy to forget or leave behind in a hotel. All of it together wouldn't be worth $10 at a garage sale.
Let me see. Ain't nothing in here but rubbish. Old combs, shabby wallets, keys, broken watches, a set of dentures.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I must admit, the performances were convincing.
Everyone stayed in character whether you were in the room or not. We weren't taking any chances of you popping in when you weren't expected.
It's a wonderful idea. Don't you think so, Miss Corwin?
Come on, Norma. Admit it. We had you fooled.
But the legend!
I'm afraid the story of this inn is just that, a legend.
Then I don't care if they do dynamite this in. I'll find me another hotel. Only this time, I'll make sure no one gets in. Not even a ghost. Television. Bah.
We haven't even started to film and we've already got a critic.
You mean you go for the idea?
It has definite possibilities, enough for a pilot at least. Then we'll see how it does in the ratings.
It's a start! Hey, Mom!
Ginny, what do you mean you're running out of me? The clerk said you took the car and left in the middle of the night.
How'd you know I'd be here?
Where else would you be? I had to try to Clanton.
Where did all you people come from?
Yeah, who are all these characters? It looks like someone's about to film a horror flick.
Not a horror flick, but you're close. A television pilot.
What's the difference?
It is much too early for your brand of humor, Mo.
Well, you people have about 60 seconds to get out of here. After that, I'm placing y'all under arrest for trespassing.
I had to do it this way, Norma. Otherwise, I'd be your assistant for the rest of my life.
Well, you showed a great deal of initiative, Ginny. I'd have done the same in your position.
But would sometime soul please tell me what's going on here?
It's a long story, Mo.
I want to know about that mob of funny-looking people. They're not from this town.
I'll explain over breakfast.
You got yourself a deal.
Setting the last of the charges now. If anyone wants a final look at the Inn of the Three Sisters, now's your chance.
I've seen enough. Let's go, Ginny.
It's gonna be quite a show.
I've already had one.
You're in television, ain't you?
You might say that. You're in demolition, aren't you?
Yeah, I get a real bang out of my job.
Oh no, a comedian.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Got this great idea for a television series. Takes place in the Inn of the Three Sisters. These two guys open up a hotel like this one, right? And all these funny things start happening. What do you think?
I can't see it.
Get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Yes, I can. I'm gonna leave on with this plan. Pull me, grab me, grabs in the mouth, you can't have me. I'll be the president one day. Jam me first, hold you like that. I sip like you the one kicking what guys. .com, I got a word for your tongue. get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. You feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
The mountains high, walk on water. I got power, feel so for you. 1 second, I'll strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That flow, that spark, that crowd. You looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles to the middle, bitches smile. Straight game face, it's game day. See me wanna do a crowd full of melee. No trick play, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius, don't understand me.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.